Raise your hand if you've ever walked out of a conversation thinking, why did I say all that? Well, that came out all wrong. Or I should have spoken up, but I froze. If you have ADHD, that moment isn't about lacking confidence. It's what happens when your fast moving brain crashes into emotional pressure or social unpredictability. Today, I'm going to show you how to communicate clearly without spiraling, over explaining, or shutting down. Now, I want you to grab a pen and paper. If you've heard me before, you've heard me say this before, we're going to reflect, we're going to jot down insights and build something you can actually use right now. And the reason we write it down is because of embodied cognition. If you write it down, it will stick with you. And this is too important to not have it stick with you. Now, I want you to let me know in the comments where you most struggle. Rambling, freezing, or overthinking every word. Which are you, a rambler, a freezer, or an overthinker? Now, why on earth is communication so hard with people with ADHD? I mean, you're pretty darn smart. So what's the problem? ADHD brains move fast, respond emotionally, and often connect in nonlinear ways. That's where the communication pain point comes in. This creates common patterns like talking in circles, overloading people with too many ideas, freezing or fawning under perceived pressure. It doesn't mean that you're a bad communicator. It means your brain needs a structure, not a script. Write down what the last time it was when your message didn't land. Think of that last time your message didn't land. What happened? Write it down in one sentence. When was the last time your message didn't land? What happened? Now, there are 3 traps that we see with ADHD communication. The first is the tangent spiral. You start with one idea, you end up 5 layers deep, and you forget your original point. That's the tangent spiral. Then there's a freeze or fawn. You either say nothing or you say everything to avoid discomfort or disapproval. That's the freeze or fawn. And the last is shame editing. You filter, overcorrect, and dilute your message until it disappears. That's shame editing. Which of these traps shows up for you most often? The tangent spiral, where you go 5 layers deep and then forget your original point? The freeze or fawn, where you either say nothing or everything? Or shame editing, where you overcorrect and dilute your message? Write it down. Which one is you? Now, here's the system I teach ADHD leaders to simplify their message and anchor their delivery. Point, proof, pause. Start with one clear sentence. That's your point. The proof is add a simple story, metric, or detail. And then pause and let it land before adding more. Point, proof, pause. This method gives your brain something to land on and gives your listeners space to catch up. I want you to pick a recent conversation where you rambled or froze. Now, just write down your point sentence, what you really meant to say. I'll wait. Now, this framework doesn't water down your ideas. It organizes them so you sound like the thoughtful, strategic leader you already are. If one of these ideas clicked for you, send me a DM and let me know what shifted. I'd love to hear it. I read every message. Now, you know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to tell you to be a good human. Do you know someone who spirals in meetings, overthinks their message, or shuts down when it matters most? Share this training with them. ADHD leadership gets a whole lot easier when you stop trying to communicate like someone else. And if you're ready to stop shrinking, spiraling, second guessing your voice, and you want to build your communication and career strategy with tools that actually work for your brain, we need to talk. DM me the word call, and I'll send you the link to book a free clarity call. And you're going to breathe for the first time in a hot minute. We'll explore where your communication gets stuck and how we can build your long game strategy one clear message at a time.